Hello, my name is Laxon Muntali. Welcome to Coding with Laxon. In this video, I'm going to talk about strings. And for those of you guys who don't know what strings are, in computer science, strings are, I can say, like a sequence of characters, you know. And when it comes to programming, like in Python, there's a way we declare strings. We declare strings using double quotes or single quotes. So for example, let's just say maybe you have a variable name. You can assign a string Laxon Montali. That's my name. You can also have another variable called maybe like let's just say maybe occupation. 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 So we can maybe like assign your occupation, which is let's just say maybe Python developer. You know, can be Python developer, which doesn't make sense. But yeah, in this case it does. So this is how you declare a variable. You can declare it actually using as double quotes or single quotes. Let me change this one. So you can use double quotes, as you can see here. So I've used like double quotation marks, or you can use single quotation marks here. So what's the difference? To be honest with you, there's no difference between these two apart from you just using double quotes or single quotes. So there's nothing special about it. It's all about you. It always depends on your preferences. You can use single quotes, you can use double quotes, it doesn't matter. So, but that's how you declare a string or a variable with a data type of a string in Python. So when it comes to, let's just say maybe you want to find out the value that a certain variable is holding. What you can do, you can print out actually the value of the variable using the print function. So what you have to do is just say print, then you pass in the variable name. As you can see here, so there's a print, then you pass in the variable name there. So that's how you do it. So if you, let's just say maybe like you try to maybe, if we run this program, the one that I've just like created. So if we run this program, it's going to print out the value Laxon Montali because the variable name is holding the value of a string, which is Laxon Montali. So if we call occupation here, it'll be the same thing. It's gonna print out Python developer. So what we're gonna do is we can just maybe like run this. Then it's gonna print out Python developer, as you can see here. So there's so many ways that you can use to manipulate this data type. If you want, actually, you can even join these two data types. So all you have to do is use the plus operator to do that. So let's just say maybe, for example, you want to join Laxon Montali and Python developer. All you have to do is you just say name, then use the plus operator, then you just uh, call another variable which is occupation here. So the plus operator, what it does is that sorry about that. What it does is that it concatenates or it joins these two strings or the values of these two variables. So this one is a string. This one is also a string. So when you use the plus operator, what it does is that it just joins the two strings. So if we run this, you'll notice that it's gonna print out. Oh, sorry about that, it's gonna print out this, which is Laxon Montali, though there's no space between there and developer. So what you can do is that if you remember, I mentioned that in the definition, actually, I mentioned that a string is a sequence of characters. So everything in a string is a character. L is a character, A is a character, C is a character, as you can see here. So this is a string. It's pretty much the same thing even here. P is a character, Y is a character, T is a character. That's how it is. Even spaces are characters. So in this case, the reason why it's not printing a space in between because there's no space between Laxon Muntali and Python developer. So what you can do just to add a space in between, you can just maybe like add a string here and add a space, a string with a space character inside. Then you add another concatenation, then you add another concatenation operator. So here, name is being added to this, and this together with name is being added to occupation, as you can see here. So we have added space between name and occupation. So if we run this again, you'll notice that now there's a space between Lakson Muntali, the first string, and Python developer, the second string. But if you read this, to be honest with you, it doesn't make sense. But if you want, you can add more text just to make sure that it makes sense. So what you can do, as you can see here, we have added uh, this string with a space inside, which is a character. So we can do the same thing even here, where we just say maybe like my name is something like that. My name, okay. So my name is. I've added a space so that when it's adding with a name, it's supposed to leave a space. That's why this space. So if I remove this, it's gonna like there won't be spaces as it's printed. There won't be any space between this string and this string as it's print as the print function is printing whatever value it's gonna get from this. So my name is, then there's a space, there's a plus operator as you can see here. Then we've passed in the variable there. There's another plus operator which is concatenating these strings, so that we can add this space. Then after this, we can just say me like my name is whatever name that comes here from the variable, and there's a space there. Then we can just say I'm a developer or something. So we can add another, maybe like what we can do is just inside the same space. I can just say my name is dash I'm a developer, something like that. I can just maybe like do this. You get a point where I even add another space so that as it concatenates with occupation, there's space there. Yeah. So if we run this, I think now it makes sense. It says my name is Laxon Muntali. I've seen there's a space there. Right now, we don't want to have the space. We don't want to have the space there. So what you can do is just maybe like remove this and run this again. Just run this again. So now it prints my name is Laxon Muntali. I'm a Python developer. Okay, now it makes sense. So here we can change whatever name that we put here. Let's just maybe John Doe. Let's just delete the I. So if let me just clear my screen so that you guys can see it properly. So if I run this, you see that it's gonna say my name is John Doe. I'm a Python developer. So even here, I can even change. I can maybe add teacher or something. I can put teacher, teacher. So if I run this, it's gonna say my name is John Doe. I'm a teacher. So that's how you concatenate, or that's how you join strings in Python. So there's another better way on how you can join strings in Python. I think, yeah, there's a better way. So I'm going to talk about it like in the later videos. So apart from concatenating or joining strings, you can also like manipulate the strings to maybe, let's just say maybe you want to capitalize the string. You get the point. You want to capitalize everything in this string. So what you can do, you can just maybe like call, of course, the variable and use the dot sign here. Then you just use the word upper. So upper is a method that we use to capitalize a string. That's what happens. So if we maybe like run this so that I show you guys so that you can see, you notice that everything now is capitalized. Is John Doe in capital letters. So it's pretty much the same. There's another one that's called lower. It just lower the case of the characters. So let me just maybe declare something that is like uppercase or something, or maybe we can just maybe change the same one. Just maybe like add it, just maybe say teacher in capital letters. So right now, if I just pass in occupation, it's gonna print capital letters as teacher. It's gonna print teacher in capital letters, as you can see there. Let me clear my screen. So here, so what we can do if let's just say we want to lower the, we want to print lowercase of the string, just call lower like this. So lower is a method. If you just hover on it, if you hover on, if you just go on lower, and there's this pop-up that appears, and it will tell you what lower, what the functionality of lower is. So it returns a copy of the string converted to lowercase, as you can see. So this one is one of the methods that you can use on strings, or it's one of the ways that you can use to manipulate a string. So these are some of the things that I'm going to explain how they work, how you can declare actually one of them to do something like this. So right now, just know that it's one of the methods or some of the ways that you can use to manipulate a string. So in this case, we're trying to lower the characters in a string to lowercase. So if we run this, it's gonna give you like the small like it's gonna the whole word is gonna be like the whole string actually it's gonna be in lowercase. So that's how it is. So there are other different types of methods that I would want you guys to pretty much look at. All you have to do is just go on Google, you know, and just Google methods. I would just say maybe like methods for strings. You know, you can just maybe like Google anything like Python methods for strings, Python methods. Let me just do this so that, so you can just maybe Google Python methods for strings. You know, then you can just check some of the amazing ways you can use to manipulate the string. So from me, I would say goodbye.